coming at a good time. I think Bitcoin's getting ready to do its little thing, its little dance that it always does every 2 or 3 years.
I love that. Yeah, let's just directly get started with that. How has Bitcoin 2025 been, and what do you kind of expect for 2026? And yeah, what do you kind of see? I also saw that you were talking in the last debate about Bitcoin is the best business in the world. So I think this is also a topic and a theme that you're currently on. So like, what are your thoughts for Bitcoin in 2026?
Yeah, so I love the idea of Bitcoin as a business. I don't know why people don't get this, but it's not a novel idea by me. I've been saying this for some time, but I think I'm articulating it in a different way. For 2026, I mean, I look at gold and silver, and although the Bitcoin people want to talk about Bitcoin being the superior product, Bitcoin is a really, 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 really tiny market. I just want to emphasize this again. Bitcoin is a really, 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 really tiny market, okay? And compared to all the other markets, it is literally not literally, but figuratively a wounded mosquito in a 1,000-mile hurricane in size, okay? And I think the Bitcoin community makes a little bit too much up about where they fit in the world system, and they're tiny. And so what are we seeing? We're seeing, and I think that's the good news, by the way. I don't think you want to be the top dog on the chart. Top dogs on the chart always end up being the poorest performers, man. Like, I want to be the late arrival, right? So we have gold doing something it hasn't done in 1,000 years. Silver is outperforming gold. And it makes total sense to me that you would have old money, government money, pension money, secure money, all moving to what they know and they have known for decades and centuries. Maybe not centuries, but you get my point. And that old money wouldn't first move to Bitcoin. And that gold and silver are telling us the system is broken. People are moving to assets that they know can't be defunct, debased, diluted. Like if I order some, Kool-Aid or some tea, I'd like some concentrated tea. I don't want a diluted glass of tea that's been watered down 37,000 times. So to me, Bitcoin is performing exceptionally well. We haven't had the big drawdown that everyone was expecting. We had a 36% drawdown off 126. I have a rule. When it starts getting to 20+% drawdowns, I start looking at deploying again. And it went to 30, 35. So, a friend of mine who's probably shouldn't be telling his family that they should buy Bitcoin because he doesn't probably know enough about the industry yet, but he put a meme up that he was going to his family's houses, who he convinced 4 months ago to buy $126,000 Bitcoin, and he was terrified. And I'm like, dude, all you got to do is show him the charts, okay? Anyone that bought anything off $69,000 4 years ago is in the money, okay? Like, I think a 30% return off 69,000, you would have had to be the idiot to buy the 69,000, that one little Bitcoin that traded there. And you would be doing really well 3 years later, okay? You'd be at 96,000. And most investors, that's a 10% return a year, dude. That's awesome, okay? And you fucked up. You really messed up, right? You didn't keep buying. All you did was buy the very top. And I'm convinced that at 126 minus 30%, if I can buy Bitcoin at that level, or if I can buy it at $69,000 at a 30% discount when it just hit a high, I'm going to do extremely well, unless I'm judging my performance by a minute or hourly chart, which I don't know anybody that got extremely wealthy looking at minute charts or daily charts. Maybe dailies, but not hourly charts. So the money that's coming in here, Robin, one, it's larger than all the money in the first 13 years of Bitcoin's history. All the money that flowed into Bitcoin's history has been massively surpassed in volume terms and quality. I would actually build the case. It's better quality money. No offense to the old guys, but to the OGs, but it is better quality, has deeper roots. It doesn't get liquidated as easily, and it's extremely well thought out. And that's, I think, what we're seeing here. We're seeing a slow movement of diversification away from other assets and into Bitcoin, and/or we're seeing fresh money move into Bitcoin that is coming out of those distribution models of bonds, real estates, private equity sales. And there's a lot of really good reasons why we have suffered on price here in the last 6 months. Very logical reasons. Most of those, I think, were tax driven. And they all came through the SBRs, and everybody tried to get clever on the SBRs, and they fucked up the Bitcoin position. So I'm as bullish as I was. When was the first time I was on your show? 2 years ago, 3 years ago? I'm probably more bullish today than I was. And I've raised my goal of how much Bitcoin I want to obtain. And by the way, I am absolutely shocked that I'm still able to buy it at 5 digits. This is a blessing for me, man. Like, I hope it goes to 57. I mean, literally would love it to go to 57 again, to test that. What was that? That was a 200-day moving average. I would love to see 57 because I could double my position, man. When I met you, my goal was to buy 1,000 Bitcoin. My goal is now to buy 1,500 Bitcoin. Because I didn't know, I thought it was going to run here. I'm like, shit, I won't be able to pick up 1,500. The only thing I'm going to be, if I get to 1,000 under 100 grand, I'm going to be doing awesome. I'm going to be doing absolutely awesome. Now, the reason I bring the volume up, and then I'll be quiet and you can ask me questions or make comments, but the reason I bring the volume up is everyone, you're younger than me by a couple of years, and you're going to, I've heard your genre, your generation go, well, dude, you're rich. I mean, it's easy for you. Hey, dude, I'm trying to buy 500 more Bitcoin. So most people your age are sitting there going, hey, I need to buy 1 Bitcoin. Awesome. I need to buy 500. So who's probably going to accomplish their goal? You're going to accomplish your goal before I do, dude. Come on. Like, it's not like I have stacks of money sitting. These paintings aren't flying off the wall for 100 grand each, allowing me to buy 500 Bitcoin. Okay. By the way, I only have 250 of these paintings. So I'd have to produce more paintings, assuming I could oversell them, overprice them. You see what I'm saying is that rich people do not have an advantage over somebody just buying Bitcoin. We have the same, like, I'm tapped, dude. I got to go create something now. So I just want to say that don't look at really rich people and go, oh, wow, look at their allocation. They're cool. But when they say, hey, I'm still doing more, that's really important for you to hear, I think. I've got a little lawnmower guy out here, so I'm going to mute while you can make fun of me.
I love it, honestly. I did not know you're painting paintings, like you're selling the paintings that you're painting yourself.
I'm not selling them. I have no interest, really. I don't even want to confute, but I am painting a lot, and I'm getting people are starting to go, hey, can I buy your paintings? I'm like, I don't really want to complicate the painting part. The painting part for me, I'm trying to prove that someone at any age can learn anything they want and become really great at it without reading a book. That all you have to do is go do something. And it could be, okay, I'm going to learn how to use a shovel. If you use a shovel for 10,000 hours, you're going to become a master shoveler. And so I'm just doing the art because my career has been, my successful actions have been do more than anyone else does, and you will be great at it. And like, people are complaining too much and thinking about things. Action is superior to thinking, man. After I've thought a little bit, I need to move into action. So that's why I get to the 500 Bitcoin. It creates a game for me, right? I go, oh, wow, shit, man. And if I don't get there and I only get to 400 extra, wow, pretty cool. So Yeah, I'm doing a lot of art, and I have learned a lot from doing something I don't know anything about.
Love that. There's a couple of things that stood out to me. The first thing, I think this is very true. You want to be early in something. Like if we are already huge as a Bitcoin industry, it would be not as attractive to be in it in the first place. Bitcoin with a CAGR of what I think the last 10 years we had like 60 or 70% CAGR. It's a lot more attractive than Bitcoin at I don't know, 5 or 10% CAGR. And even if you only have like 30 or 40% CAGR in the next couple of 10 years or 20 years, that's still huge. Like, as you said, like 10, 20% doing every year. That's freaking awesome already. And I think this resonates a lot with you. I said that in a recent podcast, actually. People being annoyed of like, oh, I don't have enough, like Bitcoin is not going up enough. Bitcoin is not doing enough like CAGR. I always say to them, I don't think that you need an asset that goes up faster. I think you need more income. I think your problem is like you need to up your income skills. You need to up your like however you get to more money skills, and not where to park the money, because Bitcoin is not here to like print money for you. It's here to like park your money and like have a decent CAGR over the long run. Now 30% is already awesome. 40 is awesome. If that's not enough, I think you have more an income problem and not like a savings problem.
Totally agree. I mean, I assume the CAGR of Bitcoin would be 12%. At 12%, you put all your money in that trade. Okay, if it's a safe 12%, you double your money every 6.5 years at 12%. So you're what, 27, 33, 39. You've quadded your money at 12%. Come on. Okay. So you're 37 years old, and you're like, okay, I saw a 34-year-old woman the other day. I said, how would you like to be at 46 years old or 45? You can do this to any man on the planet. Like you guys talk about how screwed up the guys are. Cool. Buy Bitcoin, dude. Hodl the shit out of it. Keep buying Bitcoin. Create something, buy some more Bitcoin, and you'll be able to tell everybody to fuck off. Like, but you have to think about it in 10-year terms. You can't think about it in, oh, I'm going to make all the money in 3 months. No one makes the money in 3 months, man. Drug dealers do that. That's it. Or maybe OnlyFans. You and I ain't going to make the OnlyFans thing, I don't think. Maybe you will.
I won't.
There might be a market for old guys, I don't know. Maybe there is a market for old guys. I could pretend to be my brother, charge extra.
Grandkid owns OnlyFans. Has potential to go viral.
It does.
I love that. I always love where our conversations go. I think this. I have this. I always say that when people want to try to buy Bitcoin, don't even try to enter Bitcoin if your time horizon is not at least 2 cycles, like 8 years. This is the minimum amount of time that I always say you have to be in Bitcoin. Funny enough, I myself haven't had 8 years. I'm now in my 6th year or so. Like I'm coming close to my 8th year in Bitcoin, but I'm already seeing the things that Bitcoin allowed me to do. I mean, Bitcoin was one of the major reasons why I was able to quit the job and just like go in, because I had the safety of like having a stack and not suffering the first month that there's no money. And so it will change your life beyond just like I have now, instead of losing 10%, I'm gaining 10% of purchasing power every year, which is like a game changer for young people, especially, as you said. Like if you can start with like 20, 25, 30 years old, but even if you are 45 years old and let's assume you have like 40, 50 years to live, like that's a lot of time. You need a lot of money, and you might not want to work till you're like 80 years old.
Yeah, agreed, man. I mean, I think the time is like somebody that's 42 has an edge on me. Now, you may not have an edge on my confidence, and like I'm, because I've done this so many times, my confidence level is up. By the way, I would challenge that you did not. You getting any feedback on noise, or you good?
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of feedback from the lawnmower, but it's fine. Like I can probably get it out later.
Yeah, okay, maybe I'll reduce the background noise. But you said why am I frozen up here? You said something about that you had a stack and you were able to do this, right? I don't think your stack was big enough for you to make the jump into this. You hated what you were doing and you fell in love with Bitcoin and you're like, you know what? I'm going to challenge my life and I'm going to go do something I really love. And now you're doing it and you continue to do it and you consistently do it and you got a great podcast. So for the audience, if you did do it the way you said it, cool. But I don't think that's what you did. You did not have a stack big enough to take that leap. Okay.
No, I wasn't retired. So like I didn't have a stack where I was like, I can live the rest of my life. But I had something where I'm like, I can live a couple of months from that and not be suffering. Like I'm not out on the streets on month 2.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's not a big stack. So you came into this space because you wanted to, and look at what you've done, dude. You had to jump off that bridge, get away from that little pension program, quit working for the company in Europe that, providing you with little blankets and fake comfort with a bunch of people you don't even like, and you jumped into your own deal, and now you're enjoying your life, and you own some Bitcoin. To me, enjoying your life and doing what you want to do is far more important than how much Bitcoin you have. I know people that have a lot of
100%.
Bitcoin and like you don't want to be like them. They're angry. They don't know how they got rich. Their hubris is off the map. And they're still lonely. Nothing's fixed anything. They don't have a purpose. You have a purpose, dude. The Robin Sear podcast show. You're a good guy. You've met a lot of people. And that's an awesome life. To me, people go, hey, are you late? And I'm like, are you late? You got to be kidding me. All those other people were so early. At 100 grand, I mean, I have a lot of friends that own Bitcoin, a lot of Bitcoin at $300, okay? And some of them at $30. It's really ridiculous, okay? It's stupid. And that is part of the problem with Bitcoin. You have too many $30 holders with zero incentive to do anything. And that's why the price has to move to get those. And the SBRs have done a really good job of getting the parasites, that hodler to sell. Okay. He had a little tax advantage. And anyway, I think that's a whole story, that the reason we're at 88,000 is because you've had a lot of whales sell a lot of Bitcoin. And the ironic thing is they've all done they have gotten hammered, dude. Can you imagine moving into Naka with $11 million of Bitcoin at 116 and now you're at 42 cents? That was a great trade. Okay. That was just brilliant for a tax play. So I don't think I think the people that bought $310,000 Bitcoin were taking on massive, massive risk. Where today I look at 90 grand and go, wow, it's 9x from 10. And I have Bank of America and Jamie Dimon about to wet their pants because they're terrified. They're oligopoly. I'll pay you 2% on your money, $7 trillion sitting in bank accounts, getting raped and pillaged every day. And they're like, hey man, if you put out stable coins, then we're not going to be able to make we're not going to be able to abuse our customers. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Okay, there's some competition now. That we need competition in the finance industry. There's nothing wrong with that Bank of America and JP Morgan. I'm sure you guys can figure out how to compete without taking advantage of your customers. At the expense of my customers, I take care of my shareholders. This is the new paradigm for Wall Street.
The first thing that every Bitcoiner does, and the most important activity that every Bitcoiner keeps on doing, is buying Bitcoin. And I personally use Relay to buy and sometimes also spend or sell my Bitcoin. And there are two main reasons why I do so. The first one is it's Bitcoin only. They do not do any shit coins. They do not do any cryptos, any stocks, or anything else. This is a tool, an app that is fully focused only and solely on Bitcoin. The second one is self-custody. They give you the keys to your Bitcoin the moment you buy them. You never give them the control over your Bitcoin, and you don't have to trust them because you can verify that you and only you have the keys to your Bitcoin. There's no third-party risk. There's no freezing of your assets. There's no rug pulling. There's nothing of that. Download Relay, the app, on your phone, or go to relay.app on your browser and use code Robin to save fees and get cheaper Bitcoin. I want to tell you about something very special to me. It's called micro seed. If you hold your Bitcoin in self-custody, and you should, you know how critical it is to secure your seed phrase. You should not have them on paper. You should not have them on anything else than titanium. With micro seed, you can engrave your 12 or 24 word seed phrase, the entire seed phrase, onto a 1-inch small washer. Yes, just one washer. All 24 words on that one washer. You can hide that thing everywhere. And even better, you don't need to buy a new kit every time you have to get a new wallet. You can make unlimited backups because MicroSeed is not selling the washer. MicroSeed is selling the device that stamps the washer. So you get the full kit with the device, with the washers, with the hammer, with everything you need to get started today, and you can make with that unlimited amount of backups. Go now to microseed.io.